racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready to told y'all that you better be running? I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Suck it, y'all in denial.
It is a snowy afternoon in upstate New York as you get a look inside Bills Stadium in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. Jackson now to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Get out my way, Lil. Get out my way, Lil. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. For a coupe, for a season, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls, head to toe designer. Drill, little bit, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing.
Have the 60, have the 60. Hey. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go, let's get this.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Ready? Bronco 80.
Big stop.
Cowboy 80.
Let's go.
There we go, Mike 20.
Off the bootleg. Burke. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Hey, we got a seal.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Hatch it. Go, Rig, go. SOS.
Operating from the gun, Burke. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory.
Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
He's going to run again. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
And goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. A handoff on the option to Singletary. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
22-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Keep it up, guys. You go. 19. You got that.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
And a Colts 1st down.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Stay with your man.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Taylor.
What you got, Heavy?
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Back.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Mike 56.
19 Tiger.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
The pass intended for Donovan Peoples-Jones. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
The Colts send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
27-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Mike 53. Let's get the ball. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Oh, here we go.
18 Cardinal. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
The tackle made by...
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got one. 53's the Mike.
Back to throw. Burke. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 52.
They'll run here with Singletary. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a gain of 5.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
For the Bills field goal, a 50-yard attempt.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Now Taylor. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Jonathan Taylor, the Colts.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw left side complete. It's Burns. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Able to slither by, and he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
49's the mic. Street. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 49.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Who that? Check. Fresno.
70 Timberwolves.
Taylor. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Check 70 Lions. Lucky.
They run with Taylor. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
65, 65, 65. Mike's 47.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts have taken the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like they were popping in. Gon' pop it for me cause I'm rich and popping in. Yeah, drip, little bit, little bit.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Mike 9,
From the gun, Burke trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
You know, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get to 9. Mike.
To throw again, Burke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check hot route. Hot.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. We got a seal.
He runs.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
To kick off for Buffalo.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
5-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the lane. Check.
He's coming. Double up.
Again, it's Taylor. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left side. And this is caught at the 20. And down to the 20. It's a big conversion on 3rd for the Colts. 48 yards.
1st down, Indianapolis.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. There's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
A gain of
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the Bills' 16-yard line.
Here we go, Shaq. Cougar 19. 56. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
56 to Mike.
Here's Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
The tackle made by
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Check, crunch, crunch.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
The tackle made by
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Indianapolis.
Viking 18.
Here we go. Strong right, strong right, strong right. 4 down, 4 down. Alert.
Watch one. Check. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Jackson now to return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Time to go, night. 53's the Mike, 53, check 53.
He don't know no. Viking 18.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. 53's the Mike.
Operating from the gun, Burke. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
48-yard line.
Let's go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Maybe the team, maybe the camp, maybe the crew. You need to win, who need to win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hear
70 Lions.
53's Mike. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. 53's the Mike. 53.
From the gun, Burke. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
From the gun on third down, Burke. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
I got homies that can sleep without tooth. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Come pop it for me 'cause I'm
the Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now an option play on 2nd down. Quickly completed to the right flat. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Check.
Cowboy 80.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Back now in Buffalo as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
Their own 32-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's go, D. Nine's the mic. Blue Dan. Shift.
Cougar 19. Herc. Right there.
Throwing again. Burke. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted. picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Burns. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Viking 18.
56. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
You can't hang with us. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
They run once more with Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Dragon 60.
6. Mike's 56. Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Here's Jackson. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Ready?
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Colts.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
They'll set up a throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On second down now, it's Taylor, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That pass was into the end zone, but it was tipped up in the air, and that leads to a few anxious moments. Who's going to come up with it? Defenders want that ball knocked to the ground at the worst, hopefully intercepted. In this case, you've given the chance for the offense to come by and pick it up, but instead, it ends up on the ground.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than when I get expected up the back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant. He said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. I use a job, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. I'ma act a fool with this.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Bryant, and a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on 3rd down, Burke. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Burks
picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
At their own
for this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Bills. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also...
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
And they'll try to run it in with Singletary. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit.
3, Bills 11.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Bills' 46-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Caught by
we just saw an example of what we talk about all the time when we meet with coaches. They want that hidden yardage to come to the front when they throw the football. Throw it, catch it, and then pick up more yardage after the catch.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Hey, defense, let's go.
On third down, here's Taylor. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
2 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and maybe a surprise for a team that plays its games indoors to come out in the elements and play the way that they did. Were you surprised at all?
I think a little bit, yes, but I often think back to some of the great coaches of the past. They decided to not deal with elements.
So for the Colts, it will wind up a 500.